Today we're going to be looking at air filters. Today we're going to start off with our Buick 89 Park Avenue and take a look at that. So come on in here. The first thing you're going to notice about this one is it has two screws up top, but what you can't see very well are the screws that are hidden back here on the back. You got one here and one over here. These screws are also not your standard Phillips screwdriver. There's two different size Phillips screwdrivers. There's a very large one and a regular. This is a number 2 and this is a number 1. For this particular car, we're going to use the number 1 Phillips screwdriver. So we go in here. These have already been loosened up, so this should be easy to do for you. Take out the 4 screws. You do not have to disconnect the air cleaner tube here. You can leave that right on. It'll pull back easy enough and we can insert the new one. Okay, all 4 of our screws are done. This should lift up easily and expose our air filter. Okay, go ahead and pull that out. Take a look at it. This is the one that's been in the car since I've got it. Kind of bend it back and take a look here, and you can see that this one's kind of disgusting and full of stuff. So let's go ahead and get our new one. And usually I like to hold the two next to each other just to make sure that they're the same shape and size. Maybe put them back to back. Say, yep, that's the one we're looking for. And we'll just put this back in the same way we took it out. Make sure it goes all the way into the hole, nice and flat, and then line up our rear screws as well as our front. Set it back on there, and then you'll simply come around and tighten all 4 screws back up. All right. This is our 93 Dodge Intrepid, which is another one of the vehicles you'll have to work with. You come in here closer and take a look. This one's a lot like the other one in that it takes screws to take it apart, but this one takes a regular number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Okay, so you loosen up all 3 of these. There's one hiding back here in the back. If these things don't come apart easily, never try to force them. They should just come right apart. Okay, once I have that unscrewed, you'll notice it doesn't come up. So I'm not completely loose. Okay, it loosens up on this side, but if you look over here, you'll notice that there are 5 black tabs that come through on this side. These tabs keep you from pulling this straight up. If you try to pull this straight up, you will break it off. So you have to slide it towards the outside of the car, and then it comes off. Notice the holes here where the tabs go. Okay? We also have a large filter on this one. Okay? You want to take a look at this, see if it's clean. Also, when you're checking these, you want to look down into the compartment itself. You'll notice in this one, we have a lot of debris sitting around. We've got some pine needles, we've got all kinds of stuff. So you want to take a moment and vacuum that out. Okay, so we've got our handy vacuum out. We're going to go ahead and fire this up and suck out the debris. Get around the track here. Check underneath. Looks good. Okay, so we have everything lined up. Remember those tabs we pointed out earlier? Make sure when you put this back together that you take your time and line up these tabs correctly before you put it back on. If you get in a hurry and try to put that back on, you'll break off all the little tabs. It will cost you a lot more to fix this air box than it was to just replace the air filter. Okay, once you get those tabs lined up, it's easy. You just come back now, screw down our screws, and we're good to go. And the last car today will be a 99 Ford Taurus. So if you come up here, I saved the easiest one for last. This one's pretty simple. It just has these 2 clips. There's one on each side. Simply flip these clips up, pull them off, and pull this away. Okay, now once again, same thing. We're going to take out our air filter. Ooh, looky there. See this here, boys and girls? This is our friendly dead mouse. Yeah, yummy. This is one of those things you should watch for in any type of vehicle. These things happen because they get in your garage and they get into your car and then they eat all your wiring. So it can be very expensive if you have mice running around your garage. Once again, we're going to get the vacuum and we're going to clean this one out. Okay, we've now removed our mouse family. There were 2 of them in there. And we're going to put our new air filter in. take a look at our new one. Once again, lining them up, checking them out. Looks good. All right. Also, I noticed when I pulled this one apart, there are two large tabs here and here that go into the bottom of this compartment, way down in here. So you got to make sure you line those up when you put this back together. Okay. Once again, filter side down, orange part up, line up our tabs on the bottom. Once we get it in there, it's easy as putting these two clips back on the top. One, and hopefully two, and that's all it takes to change your air filter.